you for joining us for the weekend edition of National Focus. I am Lourianne Graham Carter. Coming up, Government Housing Loans Board lowers its interest rates, Roseau Public Library holds its first career day, and DHTA launches signature events. Stay with us for the details of these and other stories after this.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Got it? Taking care of us can be so easy.
Take good care of the children.
Thank you for staying with us. The Government Housing Loans Board continues to make home ownership much easier for public officers. In an interview with GIS News on Friday, Chairman of the board, Felix Thomas, announced a further reduction in mortgage rates.
We have been successful in contracting new loans at a cheaper rate, and we are talking of in the region of some $34 million or thereabout. $23 million of that will go towards refinancing those public officers who already have loans with us, because we are going to reduce the interest rates across the board. And we are hoping that some $10 to $11 million would go into new construction. Also, over the years, we have been able to build what we call capital yield, because we are not an institution for profit, but we have been able to manage the affairs of the institution and ensure that there is also what we call capital yield or surplus that we plow back. That surplus also assists us in keeping interest rates down. So we are looking in the first year at 5.5% to spend close to between $15–16 million in new loans in new construction. That will assist in the construction industry. Construction activity generates, economic activity in the country.
Thomas anticipates that the new rates will have a positive impact on a wide cross-section of Dominica's economy.
In terms of construction activity, if we were to spend, let's say, $12 or so million or in the first year, you look at in terms of revenue that the government could collect, in terms of the VAT on building material, it means more sales to the business community. It's a general domino effect in moving the economy.
The Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association has launched 2 flagship events as part of Tourism Awareness Month in May. The DHTA launched Hike Fest and the National Tourism Trade Show and Cocktail at the Fortune Hotel on Friday. Dominica's leading travel trade show, the NTTC, will take place on Saturday, April 30th at the Cabrits National Park.
NTTC sees participation of all major local suppliers of products and services geared towards improving tourism operations, and also attracts influential OTA brands and tour operators serving destination Dominica. NTTC also assembles top speakers and a variety of industry segments for a series of peer-to-peer sessions on air access, technology, and investment. And of course, the cocktail features live music and food and wine, rum and beer by Dominica's top chefs and sommeliers. A highlight of NTTC 2016 will be the keynote address from Air Antilles CEO and President Serge Tigalnitsky, who will define opportunities for aligning airlift objectives to drive visitor arrivals to Dominica.
She says this year the trade show has garnered much support from the local business community.
NTTC 2016 features 11 trade show vendors in 6 product categories, 7 travel partners, and 8 artisan producers. Trade show participation includes Digicel and Digicel Play, the National Bank of Dominica, CGM Gallagher, CIBC First Caribbean, Aid Bank, Silver Lining Car Rentals, Island Car Rentals, Bello, First Domestic, End-to-End Distributors, Cape Tranto, Capco Give Herbs, Big G's Pepper Sauces, and more. The entities will operate tabletop exhibits within the trade show arena, an invaluable opportunity to present their products and services and promotion to the tourism industry leaders and private sector stakeholders in a format and environment conducive to professional networking and contract opportunities.
This year, Hike Fest is dubbed Hike Fest Origins. Each Saturday in May, a different trail rooted in the island's original people will be hiked.
Trace the footsteps of our ancestors with Hike Fest Origins. Hike 4 of Dominica's most iconic hiking trails, accompanied by knowledgeable certified guides and health and safety professionals. Hike Fest centers around one of Dominica's feature tourism attractions, hiking, and caters to both visiting and local enthusiasts and novices alike. This year, each hike is rooted in the original people and early settlers of the island, the Kalinago, European, African, and Creole, theme inspired by Hysteria Mass.
For more information on these events, visit the DHTA office on Castle Street or email info@dhta.org or call 440-3430. The Forestry and Wildlife and Parks Division is on a mission to locate the black-capped petrel, locally known as the Dablotin. A team from Grupo Yaragua from the Dominican Republic, led by Dr. George Wallace of the American Bird Conservancy, is currently on island for 2 weeks to conduct the research. The Forestry, Wildlife and Parks Division is hopeful that with extensive on-the-ground experience of this group, a nesting site or even a black-capped petrel will be found. At a press conference on Friday, Assistant Forest Officer Stephen Durand gave some information about the black-capped petrel.
The black-capped petrel is not really renowned in Dominica for knowing that Mont Diablotin is named after that bird, but it's a bird that has been on Dominica for a very long time, and the last sightings, recorded sightings, is something that is very interesting. There is information on a sighting of one bird in Roseau near the Peebles Park in 1932, and the last really having a bird in hand is in 2007. When a gentleman working with Domlec picked up one live bird in an area near Trafalgar, Padu, near the Padu power station. That was May 14th in 2007.
Dr. Wallace says the sole purpose of the American Bird Conservancy Organization is to conserve native birds and their habitats. He anticipates a good outcome after this research.
We look particularly at those species which are most in trouble from a conservation standpoint throughout this region. So the black-capped petrel, or Diablotin in Espanol and the Diablotin in Creole here, is a species of concern globally because it is considered endangered, and it has a population of probably only about 5,000 individuals. And we know very little about it, and that makes it very difficult to figure out what may be threatening the bird and what we could do to overcome those threats. So we were, because we've been doing work on seabirds, different species of closely related seabirds in places like Hawaii, Chile, and other places. We were very interested in how we could collaborate with the Forestry Division and with other organizations, including Grupo Yaragua, to do more for the black-capped petrel.
The Forestry, Wildlife and Parks Division will be hosting the 13th Annual Caribbean Endemic Bird Festival from April 22nd to May 22nd. You are watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group.
Feels good. I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. The Roseau Public Library held its first career day with a difference, allowing students to explore various avenues of choosing a career. GIS Dominica St.Luce was on site. Let's take a look.
We are here at the Dominica Public Library with Ms. Renita Charles, librarian too, and education USC advisor, who's going to tell us a little bit about the career day that the library is having today. Good morning, Ms. Charles.
Good morning, a pleasant good morning to all. The Library and Information Service, together with the Dominica Debates, Literary and Debates Society of the Dominica State College, we came up with the idea of hosting a career day based on information that we got from representatives of the Monroe College, that when they went to do a session there, that the students were not ready for higher education, seeing that they were not aware of the various subject areas that were needed towards their career fit. So we decided to embark on that venture to be able to get professionals in various fields to speak with students, whether high school or tertiary level students, so that they can get an idea of the different subject areas that they should pursue in order for them to get the best fits or to find the right university or college, so that they'll be able to get the best services offered, and in the future get a job that they desire, that they feel comfortable, that that will develop them and their country.
Can you tell us things about the series of activities that you all are going to hold?
Yes, this morning we have we're starting at 10 a.m. We have forensic accounting by Mr. George. We have physical therapy, Mrs. Langford. We have lab technology from the lab staff at the Princess Margaret Hospital, and information technology ICT staff. As we said, we're trying to go in depth into these various fields to find out the weird areas, field of study for these actual careers. At 1 p.m. we have aviation. As we know, Mr. Challenger is the first Kalinago pilot, and he's flying in especially to host, to collaborate with us for this event. And we're doing a video conferencing call with Dr. George Alemji, who is based at the U.S. Embassy, and he deals with science and laboratory work for the Center of Disease Control. At 1:30 we have Trudy Christian. She's a lecturer, and she'll be dealing with careers in food and nutrition, environmental health, among others. And we have ICT again in the afternoon for information technology.
Okay, so your message to students who are possibly choosing careers, not to the norm, what advice would you have to them?
Well, we ask them to come to the library. We have a whole day of activities. We are sure that you will get the assistance that you need in developing yourself career-wise, and then we will be grateful for the audience and for them to interact, because they'll have personal interaction with these professionals, which will guide them into choosing the subject areas, choosing the right college or university, and how to get into various schools and so forth. Okay,
so the information you provide today, is it just today, or they can come anytime and receive help from the different subjects?
Well, we have our education advising center downstairs the library, so students, parents can come anytime for information on entrance exams or on finding the university that best suits them.
All right, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Director of the Bureau of Gender Affairs encouraged alumni at the 2016 Recognition of Graduates ceremony of the University of the West Indies Open Campus Dominica on Thursday to be professionals advocating for change. Featured speaker at the ceremony, Kira Paul, emphasized the need for social support as a motivating factor for educational pursuit.
I am certain that among the graduates, that they are single mothers, especially mothers with dependent children. We all know that single parents face unique obstacles related to balancing multiple roles of sole caregiver, community planner, professional, and student. The 37% statistic of single-headed households in Dominica, according to the 2001 Population and Housing Census, means that single mothers have to bear reproductive, productive, and economic roles of the family, often adding to the intensity of poverty, which means that they are most likely to settle for basic education or high school or college certification programs.
Paul presented the University of the West Indies as an ideal location to pursue higher education, especially for single parents.
The University of the West Indies, being the gender-sensitive institution that it is, supports efforts that improve access to education for low-income and single parents through online learning that allows mothers, like my own mother, to learn and care and manage families while they work. It would be remiss of me to not recognize the dedication of faculty members of the UWI across the region and locally for their academic guidance and mentorship in preparing us, and I include myself here too because I'll be a graduate in 2016, October 2016. So in preparing us to grasp new concepts and skills that are useful in our everyday life and career paths.
She says education has always been seen as the foundation for personal security and income generation, but education without balance is meaningless.
UWI prepares you not only for a career trajectory, but to be a professional in every sense of the word. So don't just look at your degree or your certificate as a qualification for an anticipated career path that will provide you with great returns and material wealth. Rather, view your degree as one which will prepare you to assume your rightful place in society, a position where you can contribute substantively to development, peace, and social order, and one where you can improve the quality of life that you desire, not only for yourselves or your families, but for others.
Paul encouraged the graduates at the ceremony to take interest in issues that affect society.
Some of these issues are beyond our controls, and I would want you to reflect back on Tropical Storm Erica that left us psychologically, socially, and economically disadvantaged in some communities. But many of these issues also have to do with our traditional views, our current practices, and our resilience to these fundamental issues that have serious implications for us as a small island developing state towards the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030.
Kira Paul advised the graduates to find some common ground or common purpose by engaging each other with an open mind. She challenged them to be professionals who can also be leaders and advocates, helping to revamp Dominica's society. 29 graduates received their certificates and degrees in business, science and education at the Fort Young Hotel on Thursday. Let's now join Shakira Pear for a recap of the week's headline stories.
Welcome to this week's edition of Flashback. In the headlines this week, on Monday, musicians in Dominica, in particular songwriters and engineers, can look forward to professional training to further enhance their skill. This, as Honorable Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit, acts on his commitment made to Dominica's musicians last July. An initial allocation of $500,000 was put towards the music industry in the 2015-2016 national budget. The training sessions will be open to all and applications are available online and at Dexia's office. Parliamentary representative for the Portsmouth constituency, Honorable Ian Douglas, has announced that work will resume at the Cabris Resort and Spa, located on 4.5 acres of land between the Purple Turtle Beach and the Cabris National Park. Work on the over 50-room hotel commenced in September of 2011 was temporarily delayed due to changes which were being made within the Moroccan government. Also this week, the Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Johnson Drygo, is optimistic about the export potential of bananas following a visit to the farm of commercial banana farmer Dillis Warrington on Saturday. The minister was proud to remind critics that government had done research on the black sigatoka disease in neighboring islands, and the findings of that research led to the information of the Cavendish banana plantlets last year. The minister reported that currently Antigua is one of Dominica's major markets, but there are plans to expand. The OECS Commission for the Ocean Governance Unit and the Reducing the Risk to Human and Natural Assets Resulting from Climate Change RAC project, in partnership with the ACP Brussels, have developed a Train the Trainer instructor program in the Caribbean region on disaster risk reduction in small island developing states. The 5-day training, which began Monday, targets representatives from key regional agencies from disaster management, water resource management, tourism, fisheries, agriculture, NGOs, and health. Patrons of the much-anticipated Jazz and Creole 2016 can now know what to expect as the final performing artists for the event have been disclosed. At a press conference on Wednesday, April 13th, Marketing Executive at the Discover Dominica Authority, Monique Jacob, announced the artists. Jazz and Creole 2016 is scheduled for May 15, 2016. The Discover Dominica Authority is hosting the second in a series of 3 workshops for frontline staff on customer service training. The training is in keeping with the Ministry of Tourism's mandate to increase visitor arrivals and expenditure, targets personnel from the Customs and Immigration, Police, and the Dominica Air and Seaport Authority departments. The workshop is titled The Delivery of Quality Service for Customers. The third in a series of training sessions will soon follow for forestry and park wardens. These were some of the headline stories making the news this week. For details of each of these stories and others, visit our website or Facebook page. Back to you, Lourianne.
Thanks, Shakira. And that's news. McPherson St.Luce is up next with Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St.Luce. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique a un commitment in the industry music Dominique. Premier ministre Honorable Dr. Roosevelt Skerritt fait allocation $500,000 qui est association musique qui servent pour trainement moun qui engagé en musique. Selon le ministre de la Culture Honorable Justin Charles, le gouvernement a vraiment un commitment y fait.
Lundi, nous tenions une press conference où le gouvernement a annoncé l'argent nous association des musiques professionnels avec l'argent ça là c'est pour faire training, pour organiser training pour moun qui ka jouer musique, moun qui ka matcher, chanter, moun qui involve en the music industry Dominique. Nous savons pour budget 2015 and 2016, gouvernement a fait commitment ça là après Prime Minister la tenu meeting avec Music Association Music Professionals et GIS l'année passée, je avec eux. So après ça, nous mettons un budget là et nous savons le gouvernement mettait $500,000 en budget là pour aider eux. So ça c'est premier cet l'argent là yo ka taper pour faire training, pour faire premier cette training là avec quand yo dit yo que ni training là ka courir mois April et yo doit tenir l'autre c'est en mois mai. So yo que faire ça avec après ça yo que garder encore qui qualité training qui besoin pour continuer avec Prime Minister là ba yo commitment qui quand yo ka continuer et qui fait l'argent là et qui baille l'argent là il a besoin de $500,000 ça là pour continuer le projet là.
Si le ministre Charles, le gouvernement Dominique a applaudi l'association musique pour l'initiative là.
Mon savent ça c'est pour nous en Dominique ça c'est un bon move avec ces gens qui engage en musique because nous savions tous les yo ka dit pas jack a fait ce gouvernement no ouais bénéfice là qui en dit dans yo qui ça nous ça tapé avec jeunes gens en dans musique so because nous savent les yo tapé l'argent ça là ça que ndé yo tap on form of employment. En GIO assist pas qu'à faire rien, et nous savons ces jeunes moun na aimer musique, et nous savons une musique qui développé bien rapide actuellement. So yo même ça son manière yo ça employer quoi yo pour faire l'argent pour yo pour famille yo, et ça que ende économie Dominique.
Et puis finalement bibliothèque Roseau chain carrière day pour étudiants aujourd'hui. C'est l'officier Renette Charles, plusieurs sujets discutés et puis c'est étudiant là.
Aujourd'hui, nous avons présenté Career Day avec différence. Nous les avons aller study subject qui suit yo. So nous avons différents moun qui viennent parler ba moun qui intéressant pour développer quoi yo à différents départements, à différents carrières. So, bon matin, après-midi, nous avons comme M. George qui parle de forensic accounting, Mrs. Langford parle de physical therapy, lab staff Princess Margaret Hospital, lab technology, information technology, ICT staff. Every après-midi, nous avons Monsieur Challenger, moun connectly as the first Kalinago pilot. Every qui parle de aviation, vous voulez become a pilot, comment ça fait ça? Ça pour faire, ça pour qui subject pour pont, every les bagay comme ça. Eve nuni hod US Embassy a Yone Dr. George LMG eve ike parle contre disease control.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson St.Luce et un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Before we leave, here is one announcement. The general public is advised that the offices of the Dominica Bureau of Standards will be moving to the corner of McIntyre Lane and Federation Drive, Goodwill, next to Dominica Solid Waste Corporation, effective April 18, 2016. Please be guided accordingly. Coming up next, your tip of the day, a quicker way to a clean house. The plan of attack, top to bottom, left to right for each task. Start at the highest point in the room and move from left to right across the room. This way you don't miss anything and you won't accidentally knock dust onto already cleaned lower shelves. Step 1. Dust. Dust each room, including the top side of all the furnitures, on the sides of the shelves, as well as picture frames and TV screens. Step 2. Furniture fabric. Go through the house and strip and remake beds. Neaten any pillow or furniture blankets. Step 3. Mirrors and glasses. Wipe down mirrors and windows throughout the house. Pro tip: using one wet and one dry microfiber cloth won't leave any streaks. Step 4. Surface cleaning. Wipe down all surfaces and counters throughout the house, disinfecting as necessary. Step 5. Kitchen and bathroom. Walk through and spray cleaner on tubs, sinks and toilets. Return and scrub. Then in the kitchen, wipe down the inside of the microwave and cabinet and appliance doors. Step 6. Floors. Sweep, then mop or scrub the bathroom and kitchen floors and any other floor that needs it. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on our past National Focus newscast on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS production team, I am Lourianne Carter. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.